is time for Keep or Trade as we welcome in John Jastremski and Chris LoPresti. And, fellas, let's start with JJ. Should the Jets trade Dalvin Cook?
I'm going to say no here. And I know Dalvin Cook has been a total bust and has been non-existent, and it's clear that it's Breece Hall's backfield. What exactly are you getting for Dalvin Cook? It's a diminished position to begin with. It's not like teams are giving up primary assets for a running back. So to me, with Dalvin Cook, he is the backup to Breece Hall. I'm going to use him in the goal line situations. I'm going to use him occasionally on third down. And if heaven forbid something happens to Breece Hall, I have somebody who has an accomplished resume in the backfield who can do the job. I just don't know what it accomplished is to go and get, what, a 6th or 7th round pick for Dalvin Cook. If you're lucky, I'm keeping him.
Yeah, I don't think the return would be great. It smells of one of those trades where maybe you actually package Cook with a 7th round pick just to get a 6th, and it might be a couple of years down the road, future 6th. He doesn't seem to have a lot left. That would be my concern. And if this turns into a situation where it's, hey, I'm a veteran guy, you brought me in here and paid me money, and you can already all of a sudden get the feel if he's a little frustrated. I think this was really insurance until Breece Hall got himself back and kicking, and I think he's made it clear that he is healthy and is obviously the number one back on this team. Michael Carter's a solid back. We haven't seen much of the rookie Izzy Abanikanda yet. I know Robert Saleh said still working on, pass protection, things of that nature. So I think if they could get like a day 3 pick, I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. What's the upside of it? Nothing great. It's one of those take it or leave it situations.
I'm glad you went with Izzy's full name. I was going to go with the kid out of Brooklyn.
Nice.
That works too.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, if he's that frustrated and doesn't want to be here, trade him and give the young guys a shot to back up Hall. All right, CeeLo, how about Carl Lawson?
Similar situation. I don't know that you're getting much at this point. So if they could get a late pick, they have such a great rotation as far as their pass rushers go and guys that are making less money, that are younger and more explosive that they can work in there. You saw it on the graphic. He's played less than 100 snaps so far this season. Let's be honest. He hasn't been the same guy since the Achilles injuries. Some guys return great. Some others don't. I don't think that there's a lot left in the tank there for him or what he offers this defense. So if you can get a late day 3 pick, I would say take it and move on.
See, I'm with you on that one. That's a guy I'm looking to move because they have this plethora. They have this cavalcade of defensive linemen, and there might be a team out there, CeeLo, who's desperate enough to roll the dice and think, okay, Carl Lawson with a change of scenery in a new environment with an opportunity to play a little bit more can be useful to our team. That's, to me, where the Jets can use what they have as a great strength, take a guy who's not really helping them a whole lot, and maybe get something in return.
Yeah, absolutely. If you can get anything for him, I would move him as well. All right, now to the Giants. There are reports of teams contacting Big Blue about Tyrod Taylor's availability. Chris, keep or trade?
I think right now you got to keep him, right? He stabilized this offense. Daniel Jones with the health questions right now. They don't really have any other great options. Tommy DeVito.
Oh, JJ's guy out of Q.
We haven't even seen him take a regular season snap yet. So I would say this is a situation really with anyone involving the Giants probably determined based on what happens in Sunday's game against the Jets. Are they going to be in this playoff chase or are they not? I don't think that they're going to move Tyrod Taylor, but maybe some other guys could shake free if they lose this game and this season goes further down the drain.
This is a no-brainer. Of course you're keeping Tyrod Taylor. He's your backup quarterback number 1. At the moment, he's your starting quarterback, and we're still waiting for Daniel Jones to be medically cleared to play. When is that happening? Is it next week against Vegas? Is it the following week against the Dallas Cowboys?
The offseason?
Is it next year? I have no idea. Here's what I do know. This offense has functioned and has looked and has performed a lot better the last 2 weeks with Tyrod Taylor under center. He's on his roster for the remainder of the year. Non-negotiable.
Yeah, I'm with you. Those rumors are certainly head-scratchers at this point. All right, Adoree Jackson's name has been out there lately. JJ, keep or trade?
So I think this one kind of focuses on what you discussed when it comes to the Giants and where they stand this Sunday. This is somebody who you can get something in return for because teams are in dire need of cornerbacks. The Giants want to give those younger players more of an opportunity and more of a chance. But if they're in games, they're going to want to have that veteran. They're going to want to have that guy that everybody's relying on in that secondary. They go and lose this week, CeeLo. That, to me, is kind of opening the door potentially for a Jackson trade.
My only concern is you talk about the young guys and you want to see them play, but also you don't want to overexpose them at any point, or if things go south, if they have sort of take a step back and start to struggle a little bit, sometimes it's nice to have that veteran presence there. So Deonte Banks has come on. Hawkins has been, a guy that was probably played a little bit more than we would have thought when they drafted him as well. I like Jackson. He's a nice veteran presence. I understand if the season's going nowhere. I think if someone blew their socks off and offered them a pick that they really felt there was too much value to pass up, I could see it happening, but I think he'll stick as well.
Bottom line is, after listening to both of you, if they lose on Sunday, they're going Steve Cohen and Billy Epler and trading everybody. We got to rebuild
Fire
completely.
sale,
Absolutely.
yeah.